What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Pixel Pulse, a video game podcast. Your weekly checkpoint for everything gaming minus the loading screen. This is episode 13. My name is Justin Muslimi. And with me, as always, is my great friend, Kyle Olson. Kyle, man, it's good to be here with you today. It's good to see you, man. How are you doing?
It's good to be here. I would say that, yeah, we have less loading because we're solid state drives.
An SSD living in an HDD world, my friend.
Yeah, I live in 8K.
You're 8K living, huh? Okay.
I do, even though my monitor only goes up to, what does this thing do? 1080 or, no,
Yeah.
1440. Yeah.
My mind is somewhere, my mind is probably still like 480. I'm living like, the
CRT
PS2
scan
era.
lines coming through your brain.
Dude, I'll stay in the PS2 era. That's cool with me. I love it there.
I don't know, does PS2 have CRT scan lines? Was it PS2 like when they started using HDMI?
Well, no. I mean, no. I guess not. I think even like the Xbox 360 came with composite cables. It wasn't until like a revision later where they had a HDMI, which is crazy to me. But
Yeah, I was trying to remember because I know DVDs were on PS2.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
but I was like,
yeah.
I
No,
can't
that
remember.
was all composite, man. Xbox, PS2, and then, like I said, the 360. I remember because I was an early buyer of the 360. I bought that at launch, and yeah, my 360 came with composite cables. So
Dang.
yeah. We didn't get to the HDMI for a little while, man. I PS3 did though, had an HDMI cable. Uh,
Well, now I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to fact check you because I thought PS2 had one, but
yeah, yeah. No, I know it's crazy, man. So yeah, we were still, dude. I wanna I wanna get a CRT just so I can play like all my like PS2 and retro games. Dude, it's crazy how much better games look on CRT TVs. Like, because those scan lines, it masked a lot of the like those pixels that you would see. Like I've seen a couple examples. Like,
yeah.
dude, Sonic the Hedgehog. When you go through that waterfall, if you play it on a modern TV, that looks like crap. I mean, it looks. I mean, you just see each individual
Oh,
pixel, but the scan lines, it made it look like a actual like what like you. It looked way better. The waterfall looked way better, dude. I mean, look it up if you ever get a chance. It's
no, I
kind
have.
of
I actually
mind
have seen
blowing.
that exact example, and
Have you?
it
Yeah,
makes yeah, I have, and honestly, like it made me think of like what's that the laminar effect when water specifically flows out of a source. Like if you take a balloon and you like poke a hole in the balloon, and that flow of water matches the frame rate of whatever it is that you're recording, the water coming out looks totally static. Like it doesn't look like
yeah,
anything is there, versus
yeah.
like in a
It's
normal setting where that frame rate doesn't match, then it looks like water's actually flowing. I'm pretty sure it's called the laminar effect. But anyway, yeah, CRT TVs, like I can't do fake CRT. Like I prefer modern day high definition, but I do think that yeah, back in the
yeah,
day there was just that element of
yeah. And I meant just to play my old games on. I don't mean to play like new games on. I meant
well,
specifically.
because they have the filters for new games, like some of them. Like you got the CRT. Didn't God of War, the latest God
That's
of
true.
War, they implemented a CRT thing to give it kind of that vibe. I thought it was God of War,
Maybe I don't know.
or oh no, it was oh shoot, I can't remember. But I was looking at it and I was like, this looks okay, but it was a top-down RPG type game. Anyways,
Hmm.
yeah, I real CRTs are cool.
They are. I would like to get one. I'm gonna have to look on like the marketplace because I think some people kind of know that they're kind of coming back into demand just from people wanting to play their old retro games on it, so they're jacking the price up. So I'm like, if you see one of like if you see over like $100, like don't buy that. Like that's just people price
I
gouging,
just
man.
have to call my parents, man. We used to have this gigantic, at the time, like 34-inch CRT TV,
Yeah.
and it fit inside our like TV cabinet. It was one of the ones that had like the doors on it. You like pull the doors
Oh
back and you
yeah,
could close
yeah.
it. Yeah, that thing was massive. I mean, it's tiny compared to TVs nowadays, but that was like That was a big TV for
Oh,
us.
dude, those CRT TVs, you would get a hernia trying to lift those things, man. That was like
Uh huh.
crazy, the amount of electronics that they put in those things, you know?
Have you seen the movie Grown Ups with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, a while ago, but yes.
Okay, it's like one of my favorite movies just because the humor in there it gets me. It's dumb humor. But the kids they rent this lake house and the kids are going through the lake house checking out the different rooms and they see a room with a TV and they're like, "Oh, cool, it's a TV." And they go, "Hey, Dad, what's the giant box on the back of the TV?" And he's like, that's the rest of the TV, son. They didn't always have flat screens."
Yeah, yeah, I do recall that. Yeah. I remember too. I want to get wasted when they told him that wasted was just
I want to
eating a lot
get
of ice cream, you know?
chocolate wasted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to get
Oh
chocolate
man.
wasted.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good one. I'm gonna have to watch that sometime.
yeah. Well, buddy, it's good to see you again. It's good to
Yeah.
be back here. We had to skip a week. Sorry to everybody that it was hankering. Dude, it's funny. I have a guy that listens to this podcast every week, and he goes, "Dude, was there a podcast? Did I miss it?" And I'm like, "No, man. We didn't upload one because our
Oh, you
schedules
should
didn't."
have told them. You should have said, yes, we did upload one. Why haven't you listened to it and liked it yet?
I know. Like I'm really upset now, Ryan. Why you haven't liked our video? It's upsetting. Now I'm upset. He's gonna listen to this and laugh, but yeah, it was just funny. I was like, nah, we didn't. We had to skip. So yeah, so see, sorry everybody. We had to skip one week. Our schedules didn't line up very good. I had a gaming study on Wednesday, which is our usual recording date, and we just couldn't. We couldn't make it work the rest of the week, unfortunately. So we had to just pivot to this week. Uh, but now, here we are. We're back,
Ladies and
back
gentlemen,
again.
we are back.
So yeah, Kyle, some pretty notable things have happened in the gaming industry since we last recorded.
I would say so. There's been some like meh things that have happened. There's been some intriguing things, and I think there's been a couple of things that are giving us a sense of the direction that the gaming industry is headed into the
Mm-hmm.
holiday season.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose we can just get right to it, Kyle. Well, first on the docket here, you know how we've been talking about PS5. Well, I should say Sony moving away from PC releases for PlayStation. Well, they seem to be taking it seriously. It says here this comes from Push Square, our friends at Push Square, uh, and they write here. Remember those PC icons on PS5? Meaning, like on the games themselves. Uh, Sony has removed them. So yeah, they've kind of it says here that the symbols prompted discussion about a potential PC launcher, as they alluded to things like cross-buy in PS5/PC. Uh, but they say here, of course, the story has developed since because it's been reported that Sony is pulling the plug on its PC ports, which we have reported on already. But yeah, games like Ghost of Yotei and Saros were already planned for PC. Like they were going to be on Steam. They were working on them for PC, but they
Yeah.
have canceled these projects. So, and now they say here it's emerged that those unused icons mentioned above have been quietly removed from the PS5's operating system. So from the back end, uh, as they show a little example here, but yeah, there's you no longer see the PC icons. So it sounds like this was not a rumor, Kyle. This is actually happening. Sony is going to be focusing on solely their console. What do you think of
Yeah.
this?
Um, I don't know. I think it's par for the course, honestly. I think they sensed the wins when Phil Spencer was leaving Xbox, and were like, "Oh yeah, we could totally like take some of that market share by having our games more across different platforms, PC and all that fun stuff." And now with Xbox doing Project Helix, and like the Steam machine coming out, and kind of the landscape and the way that things are changing, I think Sony is backpedaling a bit,
Yeah,
and I don't know. I'm
yeah,
indifferent. I think Sony's making a lot of bad decisions. This one is not one that I see as good or bad either way. I think they're just responding to the landscape and maybe
yeah.
protecting their IPs.
Yeah, they want to. I think they kind of found out that it was harming their platform, and they well at the same time they weren't making they weren't making the money that they thought they would probably be making from PC. I think it was like 300 million, Kyle, in like 3 years, which is not. Let me reiterate, that's not nothing, but that's not. I mean, three
To
years,
them, yeah, that's not something either. I guess
right?
that's pretty low.
So yeah, so I mean, it wasn't to them. It wasn't worth harming the brand over this really. And I mean I mean didn't bother me either way really. I mean
Yeah.
more people to play these games the better. I mean but but I understand the business move of it too. Something that they just probably felt that they needed to do to put the focus back on their own platform. And they say here too, it is worth noting too that PlayStation has recently edited its website to remove references to PC associated with some of their studios. So like, yeah, like I can't remember which studio, but some studios were like, yeah, we specialize in PS5 and PC, game, and they've cut the PC part of that statement off. Uh, so it seems like
Interesting.
I don't know, it's pretty clear that they are moving away from PC. It's not just a rumor.
You
So,
know what? Like the hope I have for this is that the creators of South Park will pick up the Game Wars Part Two
mm, yeah, part
because
two.
those were some of their best episodes.
They were
And
fun.
you know what? Like why not? Like let's see the console wars again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
be it. It like you said, it is sad that players on different machines won't be able to play some of these games. Um, but at the same time, I think Sony's responding to the landscape. They see Xbox and PC, gaming as becoming a threat again. So they're just reading the competitive landscape. I'm less irritated about this and a lot more irritated about what they're doing to gouge their own ecosystem and keep
Mm,
milking people on the PlayStation
hmm.
side of things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart. I think they see a little bit further in the future than what we can see because I do know. So I do know this because I had a buddy that worked at Activision, like Xbox, Microsoft, and like gaming companies in general. They have access to intel that we don't have access to. Like I know, like Nate the Hate and a bunch of other um, leakers that they get access to
Shinobi.
these things. But I mean, yeah, but like the stuff that I got sent from people in Activision at one point, like it would have IDs across it and stuff, so like don't share it online. But it was like roadmaps for games that were coming out and how they would strategically release their games around other games and consoles
Mm,
and things like that. Like, so they
yeah,
have more intel than what we have. But if we look at it at face value, they're just they're responding to the landscape, at least from what I can tell.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, Kyle, this next story we can probably move through it kind of quickly because neither of us have an Xbox, but it's worth noting for any of our Xbox listeners. So,
Oh, okay.
sounds like Xbox achievements are getting new features and options, which is that's really
They're
cool,
like
actually.
trophies, right?
Right, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know what's funny though is like I know you're a trophy hunter. I
I
am
am.
I am not. I've platinumed two games and they were both Spider-Man games, one and two, and that was it. So like I get that people love achievements and trophies and stuff, but for me, I've just never it's never really been something that hooked me.
Yeah, I don't try and platinum every. So well, first thing I'll do is I'll boot up a game and I will immediately go to the trophies, just to see how achievable the platinum is,
Yeah.
and because I want to know right away if I should be working towards something. Like as I'm playing the game, should I be doing this? Playing this certain way, doing
Yeah.
this. It if I look at it and it looks just completely unattainable, then I'll just play the game and have fun. I mean, I'll have fun anyway, but I mean, like I'll just play the game my own way, not stress about doing anything a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
So
get that.
yeah, so I'll just
I
play the game.
I can see that. I wanted to get the trophy, the platinum on the Final Fantasy remake and rebirth, But as it turns out, some of the requirements were actually really hard, like some
Yeah,
boss
they
fights
were.
on hard mode.
Hmm.
And I'm good, but I am not that good. And
Yeah,
so I said, you know what? Like, I love this game. I'm going to preserve my love of it and not get frustrated by banging my head against whatever boss fight it was that you had to go hard mode on. That I couldn't even. I had to go like easy on it to beat it. So,
yeah. For me, it was the house. You remember the house?
oh yeah, the
That was
house was
my.
hard.
That was the one where I had to go easy mode on it because I'm not. I cannot beat
So
this.
I started playing through the whole game. What was it, remake on hard, and I made it through a lot of it. But the one I was thinking of was when you're playing as it, like in the integrate part of it, like the
Mm,
post side of things.
yeah.
And there's a couple of bosses in there. I can't remember their name, but like there's a couple of bosses in there. They're just absolutely monstrous to beat. They're in the console. Like you go to the console, you have to like turn on. You can like select them to play. Ain't no way. Like I don't even think I could beat them on easy. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's
there's
I.
no way I was
Yeah.
gonna platinum that.
But yeah. This is pretty cool. It says here Microsoft is rolling out improvements and updates to its pioneering achievement system for Xbox, adding things like updated icons and animations, the ability to highlight your 100% completed games. That's pretty cool. And the option to hide games from your list of achievements. Something you can do, by the way, on PS5, and I've done that. There are games that I've played, but I got no trophies in, so I just took it off the list.
Too embarrassed to show your friends
Yes,
what you've been
because
playing, huh?
Barbie Island Adventure, didn't want any of you guys to see.
That's the one I was thinking.
So I was like, playing Barbie. I don't want Kyle to judge me. I'm taking this off my trophy.
Yeah, like me with my 200 hours in Stellar Blade.
Right. Oh, that's great.
That's
So yeah,
funny. You know what though? I like the idea of being able to put your games up there, like your
that is
listed
cool.
ones.
Yes.
It makes me think though. I also would like to just like since I'm not a trophy hunter, like I'd like to be able to just put up my favorite games
Yeah. Yeah. I
because
mean,
like I'm not cool enough to get trophies on my favorite games, so I still want them there.
yeah. No,
I
that'd
just
be
don't have the trophies on them.
right. Yeah, but yeah, it says here though, classic or now this is cool too, Kyle. Classic or rare achievement unlocks will now trigger a new icons and animations, so different from like a regular achievement. With those notifications now matching your selected custom UI color. Meanwhile, later this month, you'll gain the ability to hide any game from your achievement history from your profile. We already said that. Um, so, for instance, if you feel retroactive shame about farming all 1,000 achievements points in under 5 minutes on the notoriously easy achievement game Avatar: The Last Airbender, you can now bury that shame. Insert any game there, though.
Yeah,
But yeah,
very
this is
cool.
pretty cool. I do like the highlight the games that you've 100%ed. That's something that they should do on PS5. That would be a cool idea for Sony to maybe steal. Um, yeah, I like this. This is cool. I know Xbox users have been kind of nagging at Microsoft for a while to get some sort of a big update and refresh on the achievement system. So I guess this is kind of their way of answering that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's really all. I think it's rolling out to insiders now. The Inside Xbox program, Xbox Insider, or whatever you call it. But it'll be. I think it's coming to the general public here real soon. So that's nice. Happy for Xbox for users. It's pretty cool. Moving on. Well, Kyle, it seems that reports are in about Starfield PS5 sales, and they're not looking too hot.
but are
Starfield.
they looking as expected? Is my question.
Well, here's the thing. Well, it says here. Okay, so Starfield PS5 sales 140,000 copies in its first week. Now
Honestly,
it
that's more than I
says.
expected.
Well, I just think the hype I mean, I know it's like a 2.5-year-old game, but The thing is, yeah, I guess I'm not that surprised, Kyle, and here's why. All the issues that's been plaguing this game at launch on the PS5. I mean, people have been very loud about it. The crashing issues, all the bugs and glitches. I guess it's been horrendous, even on PS5 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So that has shooed, I think, a lot of people away from this game. I mean, it's widespread, Kyle. It's to the fact where people are actually demanding refunds on PS5, and I
Yeah.
think I think Sony is giving it to them. So they launched this near broken game, and people are pissed. And word has spread, and I think that has really stifled the sales of this game. I know a buddy who
Yeah.
was gonna buy it, and all the launch issues turned him away. So I'm not surprised about that, to be honest. But
Didn't they shadow launch it too? Like, I mean, it was rumored to be coming for a long time, but didn't they like give very minimal notice of when its actual release date
yeah, it
was?
was like March something, and then I think it was like a little less than a month. I think it was like three
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah, I think it was like March.
And
I'm
when
probably
it
getting the dates
originally
wrong.
launched on Xbox PC, I recall it had similar issues where it was just basically broken, and so they ported it over to PS5 and did the same thing. They sold 140,000 copies. I'll be honest, that is twice as much as I expected them to have sold.
Oh,
I
really?
thought, oh yeah, I thought that they were going to be in the 70,000 range easily because Starfield just wasn't met with it
High,
wasn't really
yeah,
met
high
with
praise.
a
Yeah,
lot of high praise. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a Bethesda game, and Bethesda's name only carries so much weight to it because they've almost been tarnishing their own legacy by dude, like the amount of times we've seen Skyrim like relaunch.
God, I know. They're basically on
Like
like your fridge now.
right, exactly. Like it's just I feel like this was to be expected, and I don't know why everybody is surprised that this was what happened when it launched.
Yeah,
Like this is exactly how I thought it was going to launch, except twice as many sales.
that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's like their lowest rated game, Bethesda's. It's at like an 80 on Metacritic, I think, or it's one of them.
That's an 80. That's I feel
Yeah,
like that's high.
yeah. Well, look at
How's it having? How's it have an 80 if it's broken?
I I don't know, man. Some of these other builds like reviewers are getting, maybe I don't know. I can't speak to that, I guess.
It's interesting.
But
You know,
yeah,
I think I mentioned this last time, but Starfield, not one that I would have been interested in any way, shape, or form on PS5. Um, I think the gimmick of like the Fallout type VADS stuff, you know, like the like just that look and feel. I think for me, it's kind of been overdone now for a long time. But I do like the environment, and I would be much more interested in seeing. I think it's called Star Citizen on
mm,
PS5.
yeah. But I'm almost. I don't know, man. Is that a? I almost think that's like a scam because they keep pushing it back and pushing it back.
It's it's a fully functional game that they just keep in beta forever, and I think it's because there's broken stuff in there that if they just can say it's in beta, that means that they can't get review bombed because people like gamers these days, dude, they're so rude. Like they'll review bomb for
Oh, I
anything.
know. You people are gross. Like
So
I've.
I think what Star Citizen is doing might actually be smart. And it's the same thing. So like Baldur's Gate 3, amazing example. Baldur's Gate 3 had Act 1, I think, on computer for like years.
Yeah, yeah. It was
They
there for a little while anyway. Yeah.
yeah, it was there for a very long time, and then they launched the full game, and it was just met with such high praise. It still had a lot of bugs and issues and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like the
Yeah.
developers of Star Citizen might be doing that same thing. But I'd be much more interested in
Maybe.
Star Citizen than Starfield.
Yeah. I don't know. I played 20 hours of it on Game Pass. I wasn't impressed. It's really boring. I'll just say that. And there's so many menus you got to go into. Sorry, load. I mean, to like travel anywhere, dude. It's a menu and then it's a loading screen, and it just takes you out of the game. It does whatever it can to take you out of the game so much.
It just breaks
And
that immersion.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I can't. And it
Yeah.
was just, I don't know. But
You know what game doesn't do that?
what?
Pokemon Fire Red.
Yeah, I guess. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It just keeps you in
Nope.
the game. Keeps you catching them. Got to catch them all. Got to evolve them all. And
Yeah. Um, Keeping on the subject of Xbox and Xbox games, here's a nice
oh no.
juicy tidbit. Um, this comes way of twistedvoxel.com, and it says here Xbox reportedly debating future of exclusivity strategy amid internal discussions. So it says here Xbox division is reportedly engaged in significant internal discussions regarding the future of its exclusivity strategy as the company weighs its identity between platform holder and publisher. Speaking on the XB2 podcast, Windows Central editor Jez Corden indicated that the debate is ongoing and substantial. He said, I said they were thinking about adjusting Game Pass. There's a very, very, very big discussion about the exclusivity stuff going on right now internally. Corden suggested that Microsoft is aware of the importance of exclusives, but is still determining its long-term direction. I think they do recognize the value. It's just what type of company do you want to be at the end of the day? Do you want to be an ecosystem company first, or do you want to be a publisher company first? He explained. So, it, I don't know. I'm going to kind of answer that.
I
I
have a
think it's,
question.
yes.
Why why did this not come from the CEO? It's a rhetorical question.
Because they don't want to, because they haven't decided on it. So, Just Corden, he's just kind of an insider. He's not really part of, he's not like part of the company, really. He just, I
Gotcha.
think he has sources though but I don't know. Because they haven't decided on anything yet. I'm
It's,
assuming,
a,
but
it's an internal sentiment. It made me think that maybe he was like inside somehow getting like
yeah,
personal
he just
information.
has. I think he has sources that are
Gotcha.
inside.
Okay.
But I think it's the latter to that question, though. I think they want to be a publisher. I think this is their way of with the Helix. I think it's more PC than console, and this is kind of Xbox's way of offloading their fan base onto the PC. And getting out of the console business. So I don't. I think it's way too late for that now. You've already stepped, one foot or both feet really into the third party picture. All your big pillars are coming to PS5. You got Gears, Halo, Fable, Forza. Those are the four pillars of Xbox, and they're all coming to PS5. So you've already you know gone this way. There's no going back. You've already lost that goodwill with your audience. That's why sales keep dwindling for Xbox. I don't know. I don't think they are going to go back to exclusives. I don't think they even really want to. They see that money, and I think they are all in. I don't know. It's not what I see them doing. I don't know. What say you, Kyle?
Dude, I don't know, but I can't keep I can't stop laughing inside, not outside, because I feel like that'd be rude. But I can't stop laughing at the like headline that they chose for this article, like the image, because it takes up more than a full screen. Like you literally have to scroll this thing, and it's their
Oh,
new
Vash Sharma.
Xbox. Dude, it's their new Xbox CEO, like this, standing with her back to the Xbox logo, and smiling. And I'm just like, I'm still so irritated that Xbox decided to go with some like AI tech San Francisco based person who has never played a video game in their life over somebody who probably has that experience and is interested in video games and knows what gamers want. And I feel
I
like
Yeah. I feel like I would have at least liked her to at least been in the video game business. If she's not a gamer herself, I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, she's a CEO. She's there to, but I mean, like at least be involved in the gaming
That's what I
division.
mean. Like at least have background in gaming. Because
Yeah,
AI and
yeah,
gaming, like as we've seen, they don't mix well. Like if AI gets put into gaming, people they revolt.
yeah.
Not me necessarily. I'm okay with AI being in gaming. Like I feel like AI is a tool in your tool belt to expand the possibilities of what you could do without with like of what you could do without AI, right? Like there's so much that you can do. But my whole thing is like when I open up the article, like I have a 34-inch ultra wide monitor, and I had to literally freaking scroll past her, like scroll to get to the article itself, and I was just like, why is this image so big? Like, just get me to the
Oh,
article,
yeah.
guys. I don't need
I know.
a 10-foot image of the Xbox logo and
I
symbol.
know.
Like I already
That was
know.
annoying that you had to like scroll down, like actually, like because it was
And
just
that's not an Xbox thing. This is Twisted Voxel just
right.
deciding that I don't know. Maybe they're trying to make a play for a free Project Helix when it comes out. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
think Xbox they bought Microsoft they bought Activision Blizzard King in a massive deal, $70 billion, and then they laid off like three different times. I mean, they laid off thousands of people, friends of mine included in that list, and I just it makes me wonder because like they bought Bethesda as well. Like they've been buying third party studios to make them their own, just like what Sony's been doing. They said that they were getting out of the console making market and everything's an Xbox. Like this is an Xbox, you can play games on this, right? Like just like you play Doom on this, you put Doom on this. You probably could actually
Yeah.
just without a screen. Um, but I don't know. I feel like the landscape of everything is so volatile right now. I think that all of the game studio, not game studios, but like the console creators like Sony, even Nintendo, Xbox, I think they're all reacting quickly to each other, and that's why it's making it even more
Mm.
volatile. Like I don't think they actually know what they want. I think they just want more money, and I don't think that they know what the best course of action is to get there because they just keep
Right. They
reacting.
don't know the best path to that. They just
Yeah,
end up just kind of screwing up the goodwill that they have with their customers instead.
that's kind of how it feels. I mean,
You
it
know.
feels like maybe don't care what your competitors are doing because like you have a good thing going and you don't want to
Mm.
screw it up. Like care what they're doing, but don't change your whole business model
Right.
because of
React appropriately. Like we
exactly. Yeah,
we have to go back to like Sony's pivot to life. Back in like 2020 when they were like, we're gonna have 10 live service games in the next whatever how many years.
oh man, I remember
And
that. I was
look
just
what's
like,
happened to
seriously.
almost all of them, dude. They've canceled or like almost all of them because it went so badly for them. It went so bad for them, and it was just I get it. They do. Sony does need to have probably like one live service that just brings them a lot of revenue, but
Yeah,
their execution of it was so bad. Herman Holst, dude, I'm saying this for a long time, dude. Herman Holst has got to go. He's got to go. He has not met. He has run these studios into the ground. It's been mistake after mistake after mistake. I don't know how many chances they're going to give him, but I don't know,
like
man.
once you the thing about it is I know like you can be given golden handcuffs or like a golden parachute I mean and be kicked out, but like the thing is once you get to a certain point like you're so high up that like you are the person, like you're
Oh,
not
right.
accountable to anyone anymore. Like you're probably accountable to a board, but like at that point it's I mean this is a family friendly show, but at that point it's just like a circle, right, of people just congratulating each other on their success and like how do we make ourselves more successful instead of looking at maybe the people that are actually preventing your brand from accelerating or being great.
Yeah.
And it's just it's really yeah it's I don't know. I see Xbox and Microsoft as just like I said earlier with PlayStation. I think everyone's just reacting to the landscape, and they are reacting all very very quickly. And maybe a little
Yeah,
haphazardly.
yeah. I think 'cause they, in this age of tech, they want to get ahead of they want to get ahead of the curve. They want to get they want to get in first, so they react. They react.
Dude, that's a good segue into that article about Sony and
Oh,
the AI.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we'll just get right to it then.
I mean, like since we're talking about it,
Yeah, might
like
as
might as
well.
well.
So this happened a couple weeks ago now, but yeah, Sony Interactive acquires Cinemmersive Labs uh, with deep expertise in computer vision and machine learning. Cinemmersive Labs will contribute to SIE's efforts to enhance gameplay. Um, Now, this is from Sony. This is on Sony's blog here, but it says at SIE, the company behind PlayStation brand, we are continually exploring new ways to push the boundaries of visual computing and deliver richer, more immersive gameplay experiences. Today, we are pleased to announce that SIE has entered into an agreement to acquire Cinemmersive Labs, a UK-based machine learning and computer vision company. Now, this team, Kyle, is I didn't know this until like a lot later, but they're tiny. Did you know that?
Uh huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
like
we
10,
had talked
10
about that.
people. Oh, did we?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we talked about that like pre. I think we talked about it over text or whatever. But yeah, it's a
Hmm.
really tiny it's a really tiny studio, and I think Sony probably saw the potential there, and we're like, oh yeah, we could get them now for cheaper than
Right.
if we wait for them to get big and get picked up by somebody else. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's so I'm looking at here. It says the Cinemmersive Labs will join SIE's Visual Computing Group and contribute to our broader efforts to in advancing state-of-the-art visual computing within games. Now, this right there, that's an important line. That to me tells me that they bought this company or acquired them for PSSR, like a machine learning. I think this Cinemmersive Labs specializes in a very specific technology. It sounds like, and I think they want that for PSSR for
Yeah.
some sort of visual learning, computing part of it. So, and I guess I could see that. I mean, 10 people. I don't think they disclose how much they acquired them for, but it can't be too much, right? I wouldn't think.
Um. Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. Like a 10-person studio. I mean, yeah, I don't imagine it was a terrible amount of money. But I mean, the thing that bothers me is they went through and they've just been doing layoff and studio closure after studio closure, and then they go and buy this visual computing group. Is like, so what did they free up? Did they free up capital so that they could go buy this group?
They might have. Yeah, it's like they're going to, even if they close down studios. I know, it sucks to think about, but it's like companies are still going to keep making investments. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's kind of a bad look though, where like you just closed Blue Point, like you just closed them, and you're doing, you know what I mean? So it's like what, but whatever. I
It's
mean,
it's a really bad look optically because they closed Blue Point, which Blue Point was known for their really amazing remasters, right? Like not just remasters, like
remakes, yeah,
remakes.
mm-hmm,
Okay, like that's
yeah,
what
they
they
were,
were loved and cherished for. We had talked about this extensively, but they do that and then they go and they invest in AI, which we already know that they've got their own proprietary AI that they're using to upscale things on, especially on the PS5 Pro. Great, every company is investing in AI. It makes sense, but optically, it looks really bad because you just let go of a ton of really great people. I mean, hundreds of people at this point now, and now you're buying a 10-person studio that is what going to make up for all of that. It's like I have a buddy who
yeah,
works
right.
in he worked in customer success management, and his office let go of a ton of people, layoffs, and it's so funny. He said he walked out to the parking lot where people were kind of like just shooting the breeze and talking, and he was like, "Just so you know, they're letting people go in there." And he like strolls off to his car and drives away. And then the next day, this company posted on Instagram that they got $15 million in funding. And so what they
Oh,
did was, yeah, they let go of all these people, and then took on funding, and now they've just made themselves look extremely profitable and investable. And it's just dirty. Like optically, that kind of stuff just doesn't look good, and it doesn't sit well with me. I'm curious to see where Sony goes with this, but they are treading a very fine line,
Yeah, yeah,
and they're not doing it very well.
yeah. It's weird. Like I said, I have no doubt that this was made for just to be an investment into their PSSR technology, which I hear is doing. I don't have a PS5 Pro, so I don't really get to experience it. But
You don't have $1,000 to drop on
yeah,
a PS5 Pro that uses mostly like 6-year-old tech with some AI added into it.
I know, weird man.
Dang, man.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they have to offer, I guess, in the future, and how they improve on PSSR, or where they put wherever they are going to utilize them in the future. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, Kyle, I got some Switch news here for you.
Oh, I think I know this one, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah. This
super
is
exciting for me.
they announced this about this is almost 2 weeks ago. Well, like 11 days ago. Or 9 days ago. I'm getting my math wrong. Uh,
One, two,
uh,
three.
yeah, right. I gotta use the hands. No, but it looks like Switch 2. They're gonna offer a bundle with that includes the console and Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. This is no doubt coming off the heels of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I just watched, and it's really good.
Which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I loved
I
it.
watched it too. It was so good.
It
Oh
was
man.
the story. Yeah, it was all over the place. It was really a mess. But I don't care. That's not what I'm not watching the movie for a deep Oscar-worthy story.
Exactly. Like I like the characters. I like that Yoshi poops out freaking eggs. I forgot about what you told me about, like Cloud or whatever, McCloud.
Oh, Fox
And
McCloud. Yeah.
yeah, Fox McCloud. And I was like, once he popped on screen, I was like, oh, and I'm like over there shaking my wife, like, and popcorn's flying everywhere. I mean, it was really good.
It's funny.
It was a great.
His name is Fox McCloud, but I still call him. I just call him Star Fox. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
Star
that's what I call
Fox.
him. Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, it's Star Fox. She's just like, who the freak is Star Fox? I'm like, it's the guy on screen. Okay.
Yeah, but
Better roll.
yeah, dude, it was good. So yeah, I don't know, Kyle. Maybe this bundle is for you. I know you've been looking to get a Switch 2 here in the future sometime.
Well, I was going to until I filed my taxes
So do you pay in for your
and
taxes?
realized. What?
You pay in then for your taxes?
Yeah, normally I get money back with taxes. However, now I work technically as a contractor, so I'm responsible to pay my own taxes as being self-employed, which means that I get taxed at like a higher bracket.
Oh, I didn't
So
realize that. That's why what you were talking about. I'm like, what do you mean you're self-employed? I'm like, do you have like two different?
yeah, so I have to pay taxes basically twice because I have to cover like what my employer would normally pay on my behalf, and I also have to pay like the self-employed taxes,
Oh,
which
that's annoying. I did not realize. Oh my god, dude.
yeah, which means, and I've been trying to figure it all out because this is all new to me since I've not done contracting before, um, but basically, it's like getting taxed twice. It's really lovely. I mean, do you know like freaking like the Boston Tea Party happened over what like a 3% tax or something,
Yeah,
and now we're getting taxed at like 40% or whatever it
and we're
is,
like,
and
all right, cool.
I know, and that
Feels good.
so anyways, but like yes, I do want to buy this. I actually was looking into this deal. It only saves like $20 though. I still think the Mario Kart bundle is a better deal.
Yeah, but the Mario Galaxy movies are exponentially better games. Take it from somebody who's played all three of these games, Kyle. Mario Kart World is fun for a little bit, dude. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are some of the best platformers that have ever been made. Period.
Okay.
I would go for the Galaxy bundle personally. Mario Kart World
I'm
is
getting it right now. I'll be back.
all right, man. Yeah, see you later. No,
Carry on.
yeah, doesn't. I'm reading this here. Yeah, because it says it's a temporary
I
promotion
mean,
that involves a $20
I
gift
love it
discount.
because they're basically what they're doing is they're not increasing the. I mean, they're probably going to increase prices on the Switch eventually, anyways, because everyone's doing
Oh
this.
yeah,
So
it's coming.
Why not Nintendo too? So I better get on it before they do it. But I love it because there are so many people that don't have a Switch or that aren't into Super Mario on like console yet, and they have now reached a market that maybe would have never been a customer before. Showed them with the movie why Super Mario is so cool and why it's so fun. And now people are
Mm.
just going to be now they're playing off of it with the tie-in for Galaxy 1 and 2. I think it's genius. I think this is how you play the game.
Yeah, no, this is definitely intentional. This was smart coming off the heels of their movie.
Yeah, super smart. I
So
think Sony and Xbox should probably take some notes this time. Not always, because Nintendo makes some dumb choices too. But I think
for
this
sure
time,
they did.
this is they're not all without their flaws, okay? But I think in
Right.
this situation, I think Nintendo is doing a amazing job of capitalizing on the success of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and the movie and people that are not in their demographic or their market. I'd say it's genius. I mean,
Yeah, it is, and you
it's
can you can
a
get
really
a
good play.
yeah. So yeah, no, this is a good way to get a Switch 2 and two of some of the best platformers of all time, in my opinion. So yeah, so get one, Kyle, while you can, because the RAM prices are jacking everything up, which is going to be a perfect segue into our next story. Speaking of RAM prices jacking things up, handhelds, Kyle, are getting price increases. And the one that we're going to be talking about today, specifically, just because the price increase is so massive, it's kind of ridiculous, actually. The Legion Go 2. Um, so when this thing launched, it was $1,350, so $1,350. So it is now getting a $650 price increase, and it is now going to be $2,000. Um,
Oh
yeah, dude.
man, wow,
Uh, I because
wow.
I was looking at this too the other day because my stick on my Ally isn't working right, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll look into getting maybe a new handheld. And I was like, hey, I've heard good things about that Legion Go 2. And then I look on like Amazon, and it's $2,000, and I was like, well, forget that idea. I'm like, I'm
I
not.
love that in the article it shows from DuckTales.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
diving
think
into
about it.
his money pit. It's basically what is this? This is the Legion. Is this by Lenovo?
Yeah, it is. It's
It's
the Lenovo
basically
Legion
so
Go
it's basically
2.
making fun of Lenovo, saying they're diving into their pit of money.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah. So this is from
You
by the way,
can
this is from.
get you can get so many things for 2 grand that would do way more than what this little handheld
Yeah,
would.
like you can get some like life changing things for 2 grand.
Yeah,
you know.
like
Um. Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's
that's they should probably undo that. That's
I
crazy. Like, are they
I
trying to tank their sales?
I don't know, man. I
Like,
yeah, cause
but
now
but they don't
now
make games,
right,
so like
right.
they have to make money on their console.
Right. They're fully reliant on their actual hardware, you know.
Yeah.
Um cuz yeah, dude, and the lesser powerful one, the Legion Go 2 like the light basically, that's at $1,500 now. Um that's crazy. And the other one is 2,000. That's a yeah, 40% 48% price increase in one fell swoop, it says. Uh, so yeah, dude, PC gaming on the handhelds are going to be. I'm sure a lot of them are going to follow in this in the footsteps here because I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, so I won't be. I'm glad I got my Ally when I did. You know, that was a good. That was 700, and that was dude. That was kind of eye watering at the time. Like $700 for that thing, and I
Wow.
was like, ugh. But yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, two
That's
thousand bucks for that. So enjoy whoever wants to wants
I
to put
I
down
don't
the
have a
cash
whole
for
lot to
that.
to say about that except for like loads of sarcasm because that is such a steep price
Yeah,
increase. I can contribute nothing of like actual value to this part of the segment. I just I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus, that's a
I don't know what they want. I don't know what they expect. I
wow.
don't know if they. I mean, your sales are gonna like just go in the drain now. I mean, so
Like, yeah, who's their target market? Like, what do they expect is going to happen?
yeah, right. I don't. Yeah, it's that's not a good
Yeah,
look.
it's
That's for sure. But let's lighten the mood, Kyle, with some maybe some good news. It says here this comes from mpfirst.com. Halo campaign evolved, reportedly content complete, and a June shadow drop not ruled out. Although I'm hearing reports that it's going to come out in July. Um, but yeah, Halo campaign evolved, which is an Unreal Engine 5 remake of the original. Uh, it's coming to PS5. Well, it's coming on everything, but it's making its PS5 debut. Halo is for the first time. So what they're
can we like take a second to just tell Sony and Microsoft to quit screwing around so that Halo still ends up on PS5? Because the thing I'm worried about the most right now is that right before PS5 launch, Microsoft is going to say, you know what? Actually, we're joking, and we're not putting it on there because Sony's their
yeah,
bosses. You know, like
yeah.
I just want everyone to like take a pause and at least make it through summer so we can get this game and then go back to whatever nonsense that you guys are doing. And maybe things will have calmed down by then.
Yeah. Yeah, it says Insider Rebs Gaming, known for sharing information about the Halo series, has commented on one of the strongest rumors from recent days, and that the game could be heading for a shadow drop launch. The Xbox Showcase plus Gears of War E-Day event takes place on Sunday, June 7th, and there is strong speculation that Halo Campaign Evolved will appear there. The big question, well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to appear there because it's the big showcase, but the big question is whether it could become available on the same day. Um, so yeah, I guess it says here Rebs Gaming has also shared some more tidbits stating that the game is already content complete, at least in terms of its campaign. Which I mean that makes sense. I mean if it's coming out this summer, of
It
course it's
should be
can't.
done.
Yeah, like of course it's
Yeah.
content complete. That isn't. If it wasn't, that would I'm like then it's not coming
That
out
would be
this year at all.
scary. Yeah, exactly. What they're doing right now is they're finishing like their marketing and bug
Yeah,
testing
just
and all
polishing
that
up
stuff.
stuff. You know what I mean? Make sure there
Yeah,
aren't any
exactly.
bugs. Like
But like shadow dropping, so here's the thing about shadow drops, okay? Like we already know that this game is coming. If you shadow drop it, I feel like you shoot yourself in the foot because you lose the opportunity for pre-sales, which pre-sales give you a really good indicator about how popular your game is going to be. If you just shadow drop it, you are hoping and praying that everything that you've done leading up to whatever random date that you choose to drop it is going to be enough to get your sales through the roof on drop day.
right, and I don't think I just don't think too Halo is a game that you shadow drop.
No,
It's too
it's
big.
not. God
It
of War:
deserves its
Sons of
own.
Sparta, you shadow drop,
Right.
right? Like it's a secret project. It's like an off game that no one's expecting. This one everyone's expecting. Like you open it up for pre-orders and you give yourself enough runway to estimate what your sales are going to be like.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be very surprising if they shadow dropped it, but I mean at this point,
Who knows, right?
yeah.
Um,
I just want it on the console. Like I want them to stop their fighting and stop their nonsense so we can get this thing and then
yeah. You go ahead and keep talking. I gotta plug in my laptop here. It's dying. I didn't realize it was gonna die so fast. But yeah, Kyle, you're getting it day one, aren't you?
yeah, I'm gonna get it day one, and I'm definitely not taking off work for the launch. I really need to know when it's coming out though, so I can plan some vacation time around potentially when this game is coming out. No, I had a group text open with a couple of my neighbors, and we just were sending like land emojis to each other, the Mountain Dew emojis, like pizza and stuff. And what we actually might do when this game launches is we might do like an in person split screen um, where we do like Mountain Dew and pizza,
Like the golden days.
like the golden days, and I can't wait. Even if we do it like over like just over the internet. I've got one neighbor I can see his house from. I'll make him open his windows so I can like watch him as he plays. I think that this is an opportunity to bring back the fun in video gaming and to like bring back the
Yeah.
golden days. So there's no way they're shadow dropping this. If they shadow drop it, like
Yeah, I don't think so because newer reports since then have surfaced and now they're saying it's gonna reportedly come out in July. So, which I could see a good summer game.
I could take July, I could take June, I could take tomorrow.
Yeah, I could take right now.
Right now, yeah. What's the day today? Wednesday? I could take a Thursday drop. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, dude. Um. So yeah, just some tasty tidbits
Very tasty.
about Halo there. Yeah. Thought I'd share that. So yeah, Kyle, I think we'll be playing it in probably like 3 months, most likely.
I'm
So
saving up vacation time. Not for this, obviously. I'm gonna probably go somewhere.
right. You're gonna actually go on vacation, right? Yeah, of
Right.
course.
Or I might be sick. I don't know. There's something's gonna happen around this time and I will be
Yeah,
glued to
I think you were saying that you have kind of like a scratch in your throat that's gonna manifest by like a
yeah, it's
July-ish.
yeah, I think so. And I'll really
It's
just need to
gonna.
take it easy. I'll be um like indisposed, unreachable, and probably just sat up in front of the TV. I'm blasted.
It's you have no choice, really. It's not your fault.
No, I don't, and it's the perfect time to introduce my whole family to Halo because I showed them the trailer and they were like, "What's this?" And
Oh, let me tell
I was
you.
like, "Kids, gather around."
Gather around. I didn't say that. Gather around, kiddos.
I played the trailer like at least 10 times back to back just to show them that it was cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
I've not been like an Xbox fanboy since day one. I just have massive amounts of respect for really good games, and
Yeah.
I love Halo, and
Halo's awesome.
yeah, I can't wait.
Xbox has some. I mean, yeah, I'm not like an X. I'm definitely, I'm not an Xbox fanboy. Obviously, I lean more PlayStation. But dude, Xbox has great IP. I mean, they do. That's not no denying it.
Yeah,
So, but yeah. Speaking of PlayStation, there's a nice little article here, Kyle.
we get some good news from PlayStation.
Seems that Sony is taking this seriously. All the garbage and slop on their store front that's
Oh
been
yeah,
plaguing them for years and people have been complaining about for years, including me. They're finally doing something about it. They have delisted hundreds of more games uh, off the PS5 and PS4, including a Jesus Simulator. I think it was a knockoff of that Jesus
oh my
Simulator.
gosh.
Yeah. So this comes from again Push Square, which we do cite on a regular basis because they're pretty reputable. They say here it's becoming increasingly obvious that Sony is not playing around with poor quality games, quality software on the PS Store anymore. The company has delisted thousands of cash grabs this year alone, and this morning it swept away hundreds more. News first emerged on PSN profiles, but we've been able to corroborate the information. It looks like the catalogs of Welding Byte, Go Game, Console Publisher, and VRC Forge have all been wiped. Some of the games removed include Jesus Simulator, Watermelon Fruits Puzzle, and Card Shop Game Store TCG. And that's what pisses me off, Kyle, is they are making these copycat games with the titles as close as possible as they can get possible to the other games to trick people. Because
With
that
pictures that
TCG
match
card
too.
simulator is actually really popular on Steam. So they're like, hey, let's put a name that is almost exactly like that on the store. People will buy it, and I'm sure they're right. People have bought that game because it's got a terrible rating. So it sees this. It says here, while none of these are as egregious as asset flip titles like the Jumping Hamburger, many of them look like knockoffs designed to deceive customers. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen this, Kyle? So some of the games that they delisted or like they took off, dude, one of them had a Nathan Drake avatar in the picture. It was literally Nathan
Yeah.
Drake in there. Who at
I've
Sony? Okay,
seen.
I just sorry, I'll let you talk here, but who at Sony is greenlight? So there's somebody at Sony who has to greenlight these games, Kyle. It's not they don't just get on the like somebody has to vet these games. And who at Sony saw these screenshots and were like, yeah, Nathan Drake Avatar, cool. Like they should be removed from their position like immediately. How do you not? How do you let that through? There was a game
Well, I
called Gran
mean,
Turismo on there, Kyle. I'm not kidding. Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, who at Sony let that slip by? You should be fired.
yeah. I think it's kind of like with Amazon, where it might not be that someone's letting it slip by, but that like the game developers are maybe not being honest in what they are providing as far as like the way that they're like providing screenshots or game content. Like I don't know what they have to go like what holes or agreements they have to go through to get their games listed on the PlayStation Store, but clearly it's not scrupulous enough because there's a lot of garbage that is appearing there, and they're using images that look like other games. I don't have this problem because I don't go looking for games that I don't know how to spell the names of. Like I just normally what I do is I make a wish list of games that I want. I go to the
Yeah.
store and I look for my wish list of games, and I check the most popular games. I filter out the games for consoles that I don't want to see, like PS4, for example, and I filter out all the garbage. Like what really bothers me is less. I mean, the shovelware is great. Like I love that they're getting rid of all this nonsense. But what really bothers me is the amount of times I see crap for Call of Duty advertised to me like four different times. I'll see four different game packages for Call of Duty or
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5. I'll see them in my list like six different times, and it's like I get it. You guys really want to push these games too, but just like these shovelware games, like I don't need to see my feed cluttered with six copies of the same game.
Right. Yeah. It's just well, the problem too. The problem with this, Kyle, is the real issue is it's it's drowning out these actual good games from all these indies that are trying to get noticed on the store. It's completely flooding them out of PSN. They're not getting noticed. So instead of maybe people buying those games, they're buying these copycat AI filled crap games, and it's good that. So when this first happened, Kyle, what was it, a few months ago? Or I should say a couple months ago, because I think it was like on like one of our early episodes where we talked about Sony delisting all those games, like 1,200 of them almost. Do you remember
I
that?
remember. Yeah.
So at first I was like, well, maybe maybe this is Sony taking some action, but really I thought what had happened was that developer had maybe broken a rule or broken some sort of thing, and Sony had to remove them all their stuff from the store. But now it looks like no, Sony's actually trying to rid the storefront of all this slop, of all
Yeah.
these jumping hamburger, where you just hold X and you get the platinum for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? And all this AI generated garbage and all these copycat game. I mean, they're so this is one good thing that Sony is doing, and I want to give them props because this has been an
Yeah.
issue on the store for a very long time, and this is something that I have complained about for a very long time. And I don't know. I don't know how if Nintendo is doing it too because it's a problem on the eShop too, on the Switch. They also have a lot of that slop on their store. So I will say kudos to Sony. This is a good move. I'm happy that you're actually doing something about it. It's about time. I will say that because we've been clamoring about it for years. And I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say, Kyle. Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Dude, Jesus Simulator.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, but there
Like
was a
you
yeah.
guys, you guys, come on.
hmm which from what I
It's
hear isn't very good in the first place. But then they go and make this copycat game of it. That's of course going to be like 10 times worse.
oh my goodness.
I don't know. But anyways, moving on.
Yeah, keep your storefronts clean, you guys.
Yeah, it's really important because, and it's not even for the not just for the consumers, but for your other legit indie developers who want to get their games noticed, on the store that are doing, good work out there and are making good games.
Yeah.
Like get them noticed. So Anyway,
that's a really good point. That's probably one of the biggest reasons for it. Because, dude, if somebody goes and buys a
yeah,
hamburger flipper game, that's on them. Okay, like you bought a game where you're just holding down a button to flip a hamburger. Like
you're right.
that's on you. Okay, like you
Yeah,
know what you're getting yourself into. Like don't go into the dark webs. Okay,
right. The
like
dark web. Yeah,
get yourself some help.
yeah,
But it hiding the actual indie games that are good that need to get noticed, that to me is a bigger issue. Like I'm smart enough
yeah,
where I'm not going to buy slop from the store. I prefer that they
yeah.
don't show it to me either, so that I can actually see those indie
Mm,
developers that are making good games.
yeah,
Good point.
yeah. All right. Well, we only have a couple things left here to talk about, but let's get to some sad news. Um, it's about Fable, and apparently, Kyle, it has been delayed internally. It's being claimed. This comes way of insider gaming, and they say here that the upcoming Fable game from Xbox has reportedly been delayed internally. However, that does not necessarily mean that the game won't release in 2026. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so Jeff Grubb recently noted that he has heard claims of the game being delayed internally. However, according to him, Microsoft still has plans to release Fable in 2026. It says here the game could potentially target a launch in the final month of the year, so maybe after GTA 6. Uh, and he says here that they
is
go on
there
to,
anything after GTA 6?
not to a lot of people, to be honest.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I know the article says it that they're worried about the launch of GTA 6, and so it's getting delayed beyond the release that could push it to
Hmm.
December. But it makes it a prime candidate to get delayed in 2027. That's the thing. If you don't hit your release window now, whenever that release window is, and you're delaying it to the end of the year, that's just don't joke. Like, don't mess with yourselves. You know, don't don't believe that you're going to get it out end of the year. It's going to be a 2027 release.
Yeah, and and to that point too of GTA 6, don't eat, the bubble is still going to be there in December. Don't fall into that GTA 6 bubble. You know what I mean? It's people are going to be still high on that game come December. I would, if you can't, I would say this, Kyle. If you can't get it out by like mid October, you better just delay it until 2027. In my
I'll
opinion.
take it in September for my birthday.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, you're already getting Wolverine for your birthday,
I know. Why not get Wolverine and Fable?
right? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think I can't say, Kyle, that though that I am surprised. I don't know if you remember that trailer that we got. I saw a lot of frame rate issues. I don't know if you did, but I saw a lot of frame rates stuttering.
There's some stuff, but I was hoping they could work through it.
Me too. I would think that you could probably iron that out by like October. You know, um, I so I can't. After seeing that trailer, I guess this doesn't surprise me. I'm still disappointed just because I am looking forward to Fable quite a bit. I think it looked, despite the frame rate issues, I thought it looked wonderful. I thought it looked fantastic. I That really got me hyped for that game. Um, but yeah, I they don't want to mess around. If you can't get it out by October, you better just work on it more, polish it, and just get it out the beginning of the next year. But I know this comes as a kind of a disappointing news for us that we're
It
looking forward
does.
to Fable. But
My
yeah,
heart was lifting after this because I actually was I was looking forward to Fable this year, but it looks like I have more time to wait until I get to play it.
yeah. So it's okay. I mean, it'll be made better because of it.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say so. I mean, on the bright side, at least they're not releasing it and pushing garbage onto us. They're delaying it so that they can make sure that it is actually release ready, which I mean, it's always a good thing. I'd rather get a
yep.
good game released late than a broken game released early.
Yeah. No, true that, man. I'm 100% on board with that statement. So yeah. Um, Last news article of the day, Kyle. It's some specs have leaked for the new PlayStation handheld, the PS6 handheld. This comes away of tweaktown.com. They're not who broke the news, but that's just who we're going to cite for this article. But says here Sony to release PS6 handheld is and it's going to be more powerful than the Xbox Series S and then the Nintendo Switch 2, which I mean, the Switch 2 that's kind of like a no. I'm like, well, I mean, it should be right.
Come on, guys.
Yeah,
That's your goal.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's just what's being reported. I don't know. I'm like, oh, it should be more powerful than the Switch 2. Um, but yeah, it says here a renowned leaker has provided new info on Sony's rumored PS6 handheld, saying it will run an AI upscaler more powerful than DLSS 4.5. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna read the TLDR. Too long didn't read part of this.
That's
So
good.
their PS6 handheld, codenamed Project Canis, features advanced hardware including a 3nm chip, Zen 6 cores, RDNA 5 GPU, and AI-powered upscaling surpassing DLSS 4.5. It promises better performance than the Switch 2 and the Xbox ROG Ally X, potentially reshaping the handheld gaming market if priced competitively. Uh,
If
so,
that's a big if, considering everything that Sony's doing right now to
yeah.
not be competitive with their pricing.
Well, if they want, I think if they want, I mean, if they want to sell, they better. I don't know. I think it will though. I think they've kind of learned a few things after this little price increase. I don't know. This comes way of Kepler L2. I think he's on NeoGaf, so he is a very reputable insider, so he kind of knows his stuff here. I'll just post. I'll just say this last bit of this info on this leak.
Yeah.
Because he was posting on the NeoGaf forums that the GPU within Sony's PS6 handheld is a bit ahead of the Xbox Series S in rasterization, and
It's such a
and
low bar.
and massively ahead in the ray tracing and path tracing. Now, Kyle, you're more into tech than I am. Maybe you can explain this. I don't know. Do you know what rasterization really means? Because I don't really.
No, not rasterization, but with ray tracing, yes. And I know that they're both really resource intense things.
Hmm.
So like that's why on the Xbox Series S, which it still baffles me, like it boggles my mind why Xbox even released the Series S because it was like it's like guys, you basically just released a pro version of your previous console, right? Like that's
Yeah,
what you
it's
were.
essentially
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You just basically released the PS4, but again, so you don't get ray tracing on the Xbox Series S. You get really low frame rates. Them saying it's going to have better stuff than that, great. I sure hope so because the Xbox Series S was already behind the times when it was released, and it's now 6 years old.
Yeah,
So that's a really low bar.
yeah.
Um, I will say I did notice though Project Canis. So Canis is a genus of canine, right, or canini, which is basically like species of dogs, wolves, dogs,
Right.
coyotes, jackals. They're distinguished by moderate to large size, massive, well-developed skulls. Like so, basically, you call it Project Dog.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Hey.
That's
Well,
literally what they called it. They called it Project Dog, but they named it Canis
yeah.
because it sounds a little bit cooler. But it just boils down to Project Dog. So
Yeah.
your PS6 handheld is Project
Project Dog.
Doggy.
For all you tech heads out there, I'll kind of list here what the specs are. Well, the leaked specs, I suppose. Uh, Supposedly it's going to be rocking a 4x Zen 6Z cores, 2x Zen 6 LP cores, 16x RDNA 5 CUs, 192-bit LPDDR5X 24 gigs, and a 135 millimeter to the second power TSMC 3NM chip. I don't know what any of that means. I probably said some of that wrong too, Kyle. Did I say? I mean, I don't know. Did I say any of that wrong? The way I pronounced it.
We'll say no. We'll go with it.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm like, dude.
Well,
I'm looking at this and I'm like, I might as well just be reading like Alien because I don't. It just.
I did look up rasterization for you if you want to know what that is.
Yeah, I would actually. Yeah, please.
So in a nutshell, it's basically converting 3D vector-based models like polygons and triangles into 2D raster images or pixels for display.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it's essentially how it tells your TV to show a 3D model as a pixel,
So it's a rendering technique, essentially, then, right?
basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like if that's what it is, I mean, it's like the core of gaming, right? Like that's what you're doing is you're displaying it. Um, Ray tracing, however, and like global illumination, all that fun stuff, those are totally different because those handle reflections and lighting and
I knew that. Yeah,
shadows
that much I knew.
and
Yeah.
all of that. Like it's what really sets a game apart. Like you can have really good games look great without ray tracing because the art direction looks incredible. Like I don't think what is that, Elden Ring? I don't think Elden Ring has ray tracing on
I don't think
PS5
so.
if I'm not mistaken. But like it looks really good because the art direction is fantastic. I don't think Claire Obscure had really incredible ray tracing if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but they definitely had an incredible art direction which like you can get by with that, but then when you take it to the next level and you look at like Spider-Man with ray tracing where a car drives by and you see your reflection or like you zoom in, like if you turn on photo mode in Spider-Man you zoom into his eyes and you see the reflection of the world. I mean
Yeah.
that is really cool and that's
Yeah,
what
it's
really
crazy.
sells it. Yeah, so like
Hmm.
if they're putting that into their tiny little Project Doggy, then great.
Project
But
Doggy.
I mean, like I want to know how much it costs because if it's going to cost $2,000, like our friends over at shoot, what
Novo.
is that? Yeah, Lenovo, then pass.
It won't. So according to a channel you should really watch, Kyle. I'll send you the link to this. He was. It's called Moore's Law is Dead, Tom, and he has a lot of info on it. He has a lot of like he gets a hold of like a lot of like NDA documents and inside documents on these things. Like he found like he well, I mean we kind of already assumed, but he got a hold of some documents that said that the APU is designed to be so it's definitely going to be playing backwards compatible games. So it'll be able to play PS5 and PS4 games still, the handheld. He thinks this thing's going to cost like $500, the handheld, but that's according to design spec sheets and parts, and I don't know. We'll see. It's so up in the air what Sony's going to
Yeah.
do right now. I all I know
Never
is
let them know your next move is what Sony's doing right now.
right. Well, they need to. I think, and I think they know this. They need to win back some of the goodwill that they've lost with these Garbo decisions that they've been making lately. Um,
Yeah.
but I think we're gonna see a push for more single player games. I think the pricing of the PS6 and the handheld are going to be better than we think. He thinks too that it's going to be cheaper than the Pro, um, which means they'll have to phase the Pro out probably by the time the PS6 comes out. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he says a lot of he says that that's like on his spec sheet, but Sony can do whatever they want. So it doesn't mean Sony is gonna do that. But
I still think 999 PS6. I'm gonna say the handheld. Maybe this is it. Like maybe what they're doing is they're inflating prices so that the PS6 handheld looks like a good deal at 650 cold hard US dollars.
so you think 1,000 for the PS6 and 650 for the handheld?
I think so.
Okay, I'm going to go lower, Kyle. I'm gonna say you're probably gonna it's gonna shock you. It's gonna give you the Pikachu shocked face. I'm gonna say either 750 or 800 for the PS6, and I think 549.99 for the handheld. That's my
I
prediction.
mean,
That's what I think.
I could see a case for that. I do think though, like they obsessed so hard over the PS4 and keeping the PS4 alive. Even now, why would they kill the PlayStation 5 Pro with the PS6 release because they obviously have commitment issues. Why would they? You know what I mean? Like, why would they outprice the PS5 Pro with the PS6?
Yeah, it'll be a short lifespan for sure. I don't know what they're gonna do because I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. At this point it's so
It's like
hard.
a real life gamer drama right now.
Yeah, I know. It's just so up in the air with what they're gonna do. And then you got Project Helix coming out next year. Steam Machine, which we don't know anything. I mean, dude, I'm not even convinced that the Steam Machine is gonna come out at this point because it was supposed to come out the first quarter of the year, and we're in April. And
Sony and Xbox going at it. They're like, no, we don't want any part of this.
right, yeah, right, yeah, yeah. Leave us out of it. I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna be really really interesting. I know that bad decisions are being made right now. It's like what was it like? What did they say? Like people always joke about taking a Xanax and then going on a bender, and then a bunch of Amazon packages show up at their house the next day. I feel like Sony might be doing that right now.
Taking Xanax.
Yeah, like and then like binge drinking and blacking out, and the next thing you know, they've got like 1,000 packages at their door, and they're like, "What happened?"
I didn't do this.
Yeah, that might be the moment of their trajectory that they're in right now, and then here maybe closer to the holiday season, we'll get maybe some more intel as to what direction that they're heading. At least I hope.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, Kyle. That's all I got. That's all we got.
That's all we got. That was good. I did see an article that talked about Halo campaign evolved, and like
Oh,
there was some sort of code with like math equations, but they said take it with a heavy grain of salt. But basically, they're saying what we had talked about, July.
yeah. Oh, okay.
It's probably a July launch.
Yeah,
But there may be a potential early access date for what I would say would be pre-orders, which would mean no shadow drop.
oh, sure. Like maybe like a deluxe edition, like $10 more, and you'll play it like 2-3 days early.
Exactly. So I'm thinking shadow drop is probably not there. This
Right.
one article, the only thing that of real value I think is confirming a July potential release date. But if they're doing an early access, then shadow drop is likely not a thing, and they're going to open it up for pre-orders and maybe have some sort of nice little deluxe edition bundle.
That might get me, dude. That's how Saros got me. Saros got me with the 48-hour access, and I was like, "All right, bye. I'm doing
What
it."
did I buy for that? I did Hogwarts. I think I got Hogwarts.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, for that. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got the premium edition of it. I got to do the Avada Kedavra spells and stuff. You know how cool it is to like just blast somebody with that and just watch them.
that's pretty sweet, man. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't always get on like the early access stuff, but this one,
Yeah,
get me.
it might get me. They might get me with that if they do that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's looking good, but hopefully it comes out in July.
Yeah.
And on PlayStation.
Yes, which it will. So we can play.
Yeah.
But
I know what I'm doing.
mm-hmm.
We're gonna bring our podcast listeners with us, like while we play. Instead of podcasting, we're just gonna be
streaming
the play session. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, we should look into something like that. That'd be fun, I think. Do YouTube
I
live.
think so.
Cool. Well, all right, everybody. That will do it for today's episode. If you're new and checking us out for the first time, consider maybe giving us a like or subscribing. It would help us and the channel out a ton. So until next time, guys, stay leveled, stay looting, and we will catch you at the next save point. Peace.